All right, so we're going to start this activity, our first activity, with a blank piece of paper that we're going to fold in half long ways first. Okay, so we're going to fold that in half long ways. Then we're going to take that and fold it again and again. And we're doing that so that when we unfold it, we've got 8 spaces we can sketch in. Now, somewhere around the room, I'll have a variety of items. This is one of the items I'll probably have. And I'm going to ask you to sketch this. So in one of these squares, and I think I'll do it up here, I'm going to sketch this object, and I want to kind of be in the middle of the square. So, I know that, proportionally it's maybe 3 times longer than it is higher. So proportional is a good word. Okay, so I'm going to kind of sketch the general shape of it. Might be kind of far away. I'll try to zoom in a little bit here. I don't know if I can. Yep, can't do that. Okay, I'll autofocus it. All right, and then I'm going to add some detail. So I'll just kind of darken it so you can see what's going on here. Darken it in. And I'm going to add some details. One of the details is this big hole. So I got a big hole here. Okay, and then I have these 4 smaller holes that are equally spaced. All right, now that's kind of a big deal. Let me see if I can get the camera closer. Come on, computer. All right, so that's a little better. Right now, the most important thing is I'm going to add some dimensions to this thing. So I already measured from here to here on the real part, and I know that it's 11.5 inches. So I'm going to add what's called an extension line. That comes off the edge of the part here, comes off the edge of the part here. These are extension lines. They extend off the edge of the part. They tell me where the dimension starts and ends. And now I'm going to add a dimension line. So I'm going to add in a line, and on each end, I'm going to add some arrows indicating that the dimension goes from this extension to this extension. And then in this space in the middle, I'm going to enter, or rather write, the dimension, which happens to be, in this case, 11 3/4. Okay, so that's my first dimension. My second dimension could be here, and I might add arrows, an extension line, arrows to the extension line, and I'm going to indicate the height. I think the height of this thing is, I'm going to say it's 4. I don't think that's totally right. I'm just going to do it real fast so you can see what it looks like. Now that's 2 dimensions, object number 1. I want a third dimension. Now one of the third dimensions that I could do, or one of the dimensions I could do, would be to measure the diameter of this big hole. So this one looks like it's about 2 inches. For that, I'm going to have to add an extension with an arrow. I'm going to write the number 2 at the top. So that says 2, and there's an arrow pointing in a circle. So it tells me the dimension of that circle, the length of the part, the height of the part with some dimensions. That's my first object. I've got to do that for at least 8 objects, and some of you are going to do that for 16 objects. Okay, so that's our first activity with measurement, sketching, and dimensioning. Thank you.